Hello. This is the CLOG Builder Video Manual Series, Video 2. So we're going to get started with installs. We're not necessarily go through all the details, but I just want to point out where to get the information that's necessary and how to get started. Basically, CLOG works with QuickLisp and also with OCICL distribution for build. Now, but we'll talk about the next video about OCICL, which is pretty cool, a brand new distribution system for packages. It works really amazing. Especially really amazing with CLOG. And we're going to talk about and see how that is because it's just pretty phenomenal. As far as in addition to that, so basically today you can go ahead and install on macOS, Linux, Android, and Win64. It also, of course, will install on WinARM. The thing about the ARM platform is there is no SBCL yet. The ECL will actually work, but the point is that there is but like I said, the SBCL for Windows, with the x86 actually works fine, and you'll get good results as well. Anyways, point is, links for all this will be found on GitHub, Rabbi Bottom class CLOG. That basically is what we're looking at over here. Install. These are the three links you'll see. This is in the README in the first page there. And then, of course, install and using OCICL, which we'll talk about next video. And in addition to that, by the way, this is important to know, there are 4 additional packages that I make. CLOG Win64EZ, CLOG Linux EZ, Linux ARM EZ, and CLOG Mac EZ. Now, basically, go to the release directory in any one of these, and basically, it's a very simple package. You clone the package, and basically you just run setup.bat or setup. And then after that, you can basically just use the builder.exe or the builder that actually is there. And then anytime you need to, you just go ahead and update it just by going and running update.bat or, again, update, whatever it is. But basically, it works really well, and you have your only sort of your own world. So if you are just looking to try out CLOG, it's also a great way to experiment and be able to give that a quick whirl. Again, for those of you that are familiar with QuickLisp installs, this is very, very important. In order to make sure you have up-to-date versions of everything, you basically make sure to add the UltraLisp distribution to QuickLisp, and that's right here again on the README page on the GitHub. In addition to that, by the way, take a look here basically, and this is how you update your distros. So update-all-dis, right, the QL package. That's how you basically update QuickLisp, and it's important you do it frequently when you're dealing with CLOG, because I basically write code every day, and in between patients and in between life, I manage to find minutes to throw things together. So there's always some new cool feature, which of course I'm blabbering about, but whatever else have you, you'll always enjoy the next thing. I try and make sure that the build is never broken, and therefore is always good to go from the beginning to the end. If you insist on a particular version, yeah, of course you can, no problem, but fine. But I really want you to try my new stuff. Okay. Basically, like I said, the real trick is pretty much installing Common Lisp on the CLOG Builder on Linux is really the same thing internally for everyone. But there are really very specific directions for Windows, including some DLLs that you'll need, which I do provide and you're able to get. So it's pretty straightforward. Follow those directions. macOS, you're going to use Homebrew to basically get it on your system. In the Windows version, also tell you how to get Emacs as well. Basically, these are detailed instructions of how to set up a typical Common Lisp and Emacs type systems for all those situations. And like I said, it's pretty straightforward. Just follow the directions. On Android, I basically explain how you can go ahead and use ECL or SBCL. They're both available, by the way, on Termux and Android. Yeah, believe it or not, this platform is actually pretty slick. The coolest thing, by the way, about Android is really neat is you pull up your Termux, you go ahead and you run the CLOG Builder, and it's going to open up a port, right? You then, as long as you know which port basically it's on, you then go to your desktop PC, for example, and you actually run and use the builder on your PC, and you're running it on the phone. And then you go ahead and you say, okay, open up my brand new CLOG app, and boom, it pops up on the phone. So you can see what your app is going to look like on a phone while you're actually developing, which is really, really slick, by the way, when doing, mobile apps. Because remember, like I said, CLOG basically, it's, mobile, desktop, web apps, web pages also, right? You certainly can do that as well. Well, again, we'll talk about that. The CLOG Master Build classes, actually, that's coming up soon. discussions about the producing web pages, there is of course tutorials for that already in existence in there. The regular, if you go getting started with Common Lisp, all those directions are here. Again, just the important thing is don't forget, like I said, don't forget, make sure that UltraLisp is in there if you're going to be using QuickLisp. Really, really important. And of course, don't forget the Learn page. Basically learn.md in the CLOG, GitHub is going to have all the materials as well for installation, of course, to learn what you need to learn when it comes to talking about, of course, using CLOG. And actually, in this particular is a really nice 15. I wrote it, so of course I think it's nice. 15 different little tiny tutorials basically on Lisp itself. And I'll tell you, this is how, if I had a long period of time, I had to be away. It took me about an hour, 2 hours, and move up to speed. I really wrote them for myself because I know that that's my situation sometimes, that I've got to work and do other things, and I've got to pull away from the computer for a month, and you want to get back in the top of the game, boom, real quick, learn it, boom. Or of course, little quick things. For example, if I want my format and loop, or I want strings, and I want to know everything in one place, what to do. I might have forgotten something about hashes and arrays, boom. So it's all right there. Okay, anyways, that's it for this. And like I said, we're going to go ahead and take a look at OCICL, which is pretty cool. I'm actually go ahead and set it up and actually show it to you running. It's just really cool. So like I said, that video is coming up soon enough. That'll be video 3. Thanks.